Hindi po kayo galit sa amin after what happened before po kayo umalis. But for the record, sir, galit po ba kayo sa amin, sir?
Galit sa kanino?
Sa amin, sir, sa media. Because on what happened sa remarks. And for the record din, sir, do you
Sabi
think...
ko nga, tanggalin niyo yung escalator, palakarin niyo doon sa likod. Sila lahat. Karga-karga nila yun. Of course, I am not at liberty to be angry at anybody. It is your sworn duty to ask questions. It is also my obligation to the people for the money spent of this trip and for all of the things that would cost the Filipino. I have to make an official report, not now, but initially, these are the things that I can say. Wala akong galit sa inyo. Alam mo, I was here. You were here. I never attribute any statement to anybody. I was complaining about the situation, but I never directed any statement that was insulting or otherwise not good. Si Ed Lingaw, he was the anchor at the time when there was this breaking news, and he apologized, and I accept his apology. And he should not worry because sometimes you commit errors. Wala akong question dyan. If the other side interpreted it in a way they wanted it, problema nila yan. I mean that's it. After all, I am not a player of the international community. I said I only answer to the Filipino people. I do not aspire to be a character there. But you know very well that I never said it attributing it to anybody. I said, I remember that huwag ninyong gawain sa akin yan. Insultuhan tayo. I never mentioned any particular. So, I hope they realize it by now. And let me again in our relations to the world, this would be the third time, the Philippines will pursue an independent foreign policy. And we will observe, and I must insist, on the time-honored principles of sovereignty, sovereign equality, non-interference, and committed to the peaceful settlement of disputes. I do not answer, maybe to the press, for information. But I do not have an obligation to please everybody or to please one person. But whatever a Filipino, I am at your service because I work for you. I receive my keep for the day from the pocket of the people. Para kung sabihin mo na I have this, I have to explain, and that is why it went well. Nauna ako. So I raised the ante. Immediately, that's my character. Ikaw, may gusto kang sabihin sa akin? Okay. Here's my card. Ganun ako, kasi sa politika. Tinatapon ko agad baraha ko, open, Anong gusto mo? Ganun ako sa politika. Bakit? Baka i-divert na naman nyo doon sa... Yung akin, sa loob ko lang sa isip ko. Anong gusto mo? Ito yung baraha ko. Hawak ko yung alas. Ayan Anong gusto mong sabihin? Hindi ko ginagawa yan, but if I'm sure that it is the way how it should develop, then it brings the worst in me, or it brings out the best of me. Depende kung saan. I'm sure that if you're a Filipino, you'd be proud of me. Well, of course, for the the low life sa press. Yung mga kolumnista, nothing is really too good to be true. Hayaan mo yan sila. And I said, I leave him with that problem. But I said, I have always in mind the dignity, not me personally. You can destroy me, can attack me, criticize me. But when it comes to the, hindi lang kasi inisip itong mga low life dito that what is really at stake is the country. Kaya ako, when it comes to yung mga moments of it is where I really do not know the best or the worst in me. Pero hindi kayo napahiya. I assure you, and everybody was clapping except for dalawa. But believe sila sa akin. Si President Widodo, and it's indecent. Yeah. Shaking with joy that I decided to just talk with sense and the truth. Yes.
Last question.
Sir, sino po yung dalawa, sir? To be clear.
Naganon?
Hindi po malakpak, sir.
Nakalimutan ko. Let me recall the seating arrangement. Baka bakante adre. Baka sa washroom.
Sir, follow up lang referring to the incident, sir. Sa tingin niyo po, sir, with that incident, sino po yung maaaring nagkamali? Not to point fingers, sir, no? Was it the sender, the source, or the receiver, sir?
You know, people commit mistakes. Some with malice, some without malice. If it's just a mere shortfall of talent, hayaan mo na. But I appreciate the apology of Ed Lingaw. I said I accept it and I salute you. But do not hesitate to attack me, criticize me if I do wrong in my job. It is your duty to your country also. As I have my duty to the people to serve you. Huwag kayong if I do not feel talking to you, then sorry, I'm not in the mood because you committed the mistake. But I would like to presume that you did it without malice. Kasi trabaho eh. So I would just say, kaya mga kamera dyan, kayong kumukuha dyan, hindi ka nakapakpak kayo dyan. You know why? Because it is a recorded history. Every day that you press that on button in your camera, you record the history of this country. Kaya importante kayo. Baka minamaliit ninyo yung role ninyo in the entire gamut of media. You are recording the history of this country. Someday, pag nila ng ganon, tapos walang lumabas na blur, ay anak ka nang natulog siguro yung gago doon sa Pero with an accurate and true representation of what's going on, I said, saludo. And because it is embedded in the Constitution, the freedom of the people to be informed and a media that is there to find out the true and accurate. You portray history. Kaya ako stricto. And when I said that corruption will stop, it will stop. Maniwala kayo. And even if I have to, it will stop. Huwag ninyo, to all government, huwag ninyo akong hiyain dito. Kakasahan ko talaga kayo. Mapahiya ako eh. When I said there will be no more corruption, there will no more be searches yan pagdating ng mga lalo na yung mga himahirap. Masikmura ako pa yung milyonaryo na hingian mo na magdala ng ilang brilyantes pati diamonds yan. And it is a thriving business actually. And we know the people, but I said, time will catch up with them. Pero yung returning dito na kunan mo yung perfume na isang, mag-hold up ka na lang ng milyonaryo. Ako ang bigay ng baril sa iyo. Pero pagkatapos, barilin rin kita. Kasi hold upper ka eh. Totoo, huwag ninyong galawin ang maliit na tao. Kasi sila yung nangailangan ng gobyerno. For the rich and famous and for the oligarchy, they don't need a president at all. They don't need the Secretary of Justice there. They can buy it. They don't need Lorenzana to do his job. If there's trouble here, they can always fly out. Tayo din dito na maiwan. Kayo. Kasi kung may pera tayo, hindi tayo nakikita dito ngayon. You're there in your comfortable what? In your space there for you. Huwag din ninyo galawin yung talagang kailangan nila ang gobyerno. Yung, let me warn again, you guys in the business sector, I do not want to quarrel with you. I will protect you. I said, there will no more be shakedowns in the customs and in the BIR. I'm warning you again. But with all the protection that this government is giving you, you continue with the contractualization, magka-diferensya talaga tayo. And one day, I might just decide to go to you and close your store there and say, you're a... Ilang beses na yan. Huwag ninyong abusuhin ang tao kasi ang Pilipino matagal na talagang you go to LTO, he has to shell out money. You get a copy of his birth certificate, hingi ano. This will stop and maybe I will have cameras for yung mga incorrigibles, the intransigence of the office, I'll place cameras there. Like a Gestapo. And it's perfectly all right for me. Why? This is government. This is not a private enterprise. There's no such thing as violation of privacy there. It's only when you enter the comfort room that maybe there's that limitation. Kung sa gobyerno ka, it must be open. Lalo na yung sa airport, customs, quarantine, immigration. You know, I'm planning to put an extension office of the lahat. National government. I plan to put it in Basilan or Hulo. Be my guest. I would only be too happy to assign you there. Magkahiyaan kasi tayo. Mapapahiya ako. I promise the people this. And with the... Hindi na sa kung Bisaya na makapahuway ang tao sa iyang kalisod. There has been no respite in the hardship of the Filipino. Whatever economic gains, barely enough to improve the situation, it would be okay for me. Kung hanggang dyan lang talaga ang... That's why I tried my very best to look presentable there. Nagbili pa ako ng ready-made na suit. Maluwang masyado, kaya nagbili ako ng suspender. Mahulog man. Tapos nagkamali naman ako, pumayatata ako. So mahulog, sabi ko na, di sila sa ano yan. Suspender na ako. Kasi pag ganun ko, pag lakad ko, hanggang dito na, bili ka ng suspender ron. Komporta yan. Parang gusto ko na. That's how hindi ako nagpapatahi ng mahal. Yung ready, Indonesian size. Okay na. Lagyan nila ng kurbata. Hindi rin ako maglulong ito nang, sir, ako na nakalimutan ko na yung puta, baka magalong ko ba?